The reality we live in can be a very strange place. Most of the time, fact being stranger than fiction. How will we ever start to understand this reality we live in unless we question everything? Join me and a guest as we unravel the mysteries of this reality, one topic at a time. This is Inquiries of Our Reality with Shayn Orin.
What is up, Inquirers, and welcome to the expanse of deep open-minded conversation. I'm the one they call Shane, and today for you guys, I have somebody who sent me a lot of fabulous guests in the past, and of course I figured it was about time for him to come on the show himself and share some of his paranormal experiences, some of his interesting stuff going on up there in Maine, and of course a little bit about Stephen King, because he definitely has a lot of interest in Stephen King. But before we get into this conversation today, just a couple of quick updates. I'm going to make sure I say it on every episode this month up until we get up to this point. So again, if anybody is interested in checking out the live episode of Bizarre Inquiries, that'll be happening on May 1st on the Open Minds Media YouTube, and that'll be happening at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if anybody is interested in submitting any clips, articles, questions, anything for that, make sure you guys get it to us before then. And of course, if we don't get to it on that show, then we will end up getting to it on a future show. But make sure you guys mark it on the calendars. And of course, as we get closer on social media, I will do some different updates and everything, so everybody will know exactly when that's happening. But make sure you guys, of course, mark it on your calendars, because I'd love to see you guys there. And hopefully with each episode, we'll keep growing the numbers and keep growing all of the awesome people in the chat having wonderful conversations. And of course, why would you guys want to miss out on that? So definitely make sure that you guys make it a point to come out to the show. And also, again, speaking of live shows, if anybody didn't catch it on the last episode, all of the live schedule for Bizarre Encounters and Inquiries of Our Reality will be posted in the beginning of the week, so you guys know exactly when that'll be happening on the Open Minds Media YouTube. But it is always subject to change. But if you guys just want to make it quick and easy for yourselves, when you guys go and follow the Open Minds Media YouTube, make sure you guys hit the bell up in the corner for notifications. And anytime we go live, you will get a notification for it, and then you won't even have to worry about checking the schedule. But now going into the next thing, if anybody missed it last week, the Patreon is under construction. So if you are a current member, hopefully you're sticking with us for the time being. And if you hopefully are a member that's going to be checking it out in the next month or so, there's going to be a lot of new stuff coming out. And of course, as we get a bit closer, I will give you guys some more new updates as far as that goes. But I'm really excited to do all of this stuff for the Patreon. So hopefully you guys are excited about it, and you guys will hopefully go and check it out, give it a try. Of course, when everything goes live, there will be 7-day free trials for all the tiers. But again, more information as we get a bit closer. And the last thing before we get into the show, if anyone is interested in being a guest on the show, sharing their own experiences or encounters on the show, or contacting me for any reason whatsoever, you guys can email me at inquiriesofourrealitypodcast@outlook.com, or you guys can call in or text the hotline. That number is 313-364-1551. And of course, I don't answer directly when you guys call, so you guys are leaving a voicemail, you guys are texting, so you don't have to worry about that if anybody's getting spooked that I'll answer on the first call or anything like that. But if you guys missed that number, it is available down in the show notes, so you guys can find it quick and easy. And every single thing that I've mentioned and will mention throughout the show is all available on the link tree, which again is also available down in that show description. And with that, let's get into the show. Please welcome to the show, Adam Began, the historian ghost hunter. How's it going today, man?
What's going on, Shane? How's it going, my friend? How are you, everybody?
Say, absolute pleasure to have you on the show, man. After connecting actually through Facebook, honestly, before we start up the show, I had no idea how you had found me originally until you brought up Diego, and I'm like, all right, that makes sense. Diego throws a lot of awesome people my way, but the original interaction, he shot me a message, said you had some people who might want to come on the show and stuff, and I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm always down for that. So
I like your topics are all over. That's the way it is. I mean, obviously it's haunted. Obviously it's maybe, scary or whatever, but at the same time, it's like life, right? So that's cool. That's a pleasure to be on, and thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, inquiries of our reality, man. It's a wide variety of things because we're inquiring about our reality, man. Sometimes we get philosophical, sometimes we get into the weird stuff. Like anything that's open-minded, man. Like it's all free game on the show, and that's why I try to keep it like open conversation style. Like I was saying before we started the show, I want the listeners to almost feel like a fly on the wall with like a good deep conversation because it's missing from a lot of people's lives. Sadly enough, having a deep conversation.
Let's dive in. I love it. Let's go.
So a good spot to start, man, for anybody that may not be familiar with who you are, what you do, how you got into it exactly, or maybe even why you call yourself the historian ghost hunter. Why don't you let them know a little bit about yourself and a little bit about how you got into it?
Awesome. Well, my name's Adam Began, French, Began. Long story short, man, I grew up in Lisbon, Maine, very small town. For those of you who don't know, I went to the same high school as one author you may have heard of called Stephen King. He went to Lisbon High School. So by the age of about 8 or 9, I just moved to Lisbon when I was 6. And my mom, we watched The Shining for my first time ever. I was like 9 or 10, whatever, 8, 9, 10 years old. My stepfather had gone deer hunting in Maine is what we do. Venison, good stuff, man. And my mom was watching The Shining. I couldn't sleep. And at this time, I'm watching, Care Bears and G.I. Joe and just shit like that. It was great stuff, whatever. Not really horror movies, though. Roger Rabbit, stuff like that. And my mom was watching The Shining. And she goes, you're going to go to the same high school this guy went to in a couple of years. I go, what's me? So the guy that wrote this book, Stephen King, and I didn't know book, movie, whatever. And I'm watching The Shining going, wow. So I kind of been into horror in a long time. My grandfather, when I was about that same year or so, about 9 or 10, my grandfather died in 1988, 89 in Lisbon, Maine. I saw his ghost, man. He brought me to the fridge, got me some milk in the middle of my sleep a couple of days after he died, like literally the next day. And I didn't think nothing of it until I found out my sister saw his ghost a couple years later. Fast forward till I'm about 15 in Lewiston, Maine. And I saw my grandfather die. My dad's father died in front of me. Don't mean to laugh, but flatline in front of me, eyes rolled back, flatline, the whole fucking nine. And my mom and dad were separated, so my mom couldn't pull me out. My dad was flipping out. And I'm just witnessing all this at 15 after. So I've been between Stephen King and death and seeing ghosts. I've been kind of into it the whole time. Going to Lisbon and stuff, growing up in the old spots, like, fixing, I was in the Lisbon town paper for fixing graveyards, fixing tombstones up with rocks and with sticks, trying to prop them up. So I've always been intrigued by this. So I've always just kind of focused on that. And while people go into places and just want to hear the murder or the mystery, whoa, I want to know who was there, who built it. Well, what's the guy's name? What's he known for? What did he do? I love the history part, you dig? That's the part where the historian part comes in. I didn't go to school for it. I mean, I did whatever. But as far as documenting shit, I'm halfway through my first book about life, and I do documents for people that know me, and I try to write down everything from where it was built, what was there before, and I try to just get really into it. And of course, as far as the ghost hunter part goes, I guess it's just catchy. It was a nickname that stuck 4 or 5 years ago. And I'm rolling with it now. I hate the term ghost hunter in general because I'm not hunting ghosts like a goddamn assassin.
I'm investigating ghosts.
I mean, you're right. You're kind of, or maybe I'm like trying to be like a counselor for ghosts. I'm not really like, where are you? But I mean, I get it. It's catchy. It's the namesake. So it's cool. And I got my YouTube channel. If you guys are interested, you see me going to historical sites, haunting sites, movies, filming sites, different shit. I went to Lizzie Borden's house, spent the whole night there, me and my girlfriend, about 4 months before my mom passed away back in 2000, right before COVID, 2019 rather. And that's when I got bequeathed her car, dude. And then I got her car and I got hit in the head-on collision and I died for a little bit. And I got brought back to life and I was homeless. And so I've been through it, man. But at that same time, instead of going away or kind of just repenting, I've kind of gone towards it. I'm kind of trying. I don't just want to chew bubble gum and go to a place and eating Skittles and going, what's my name? What's my shirt? Can you tug my shirt? I want to go and find out, who are you? Why are you here? What's going on? Is my mom there? Can you talk to her? I want to get beyond that If you follow, I want to get to the point to where it's not just a cool thing. And I think I'm reaching a new audience because, as you know, I got no filter, as you can tell.
That's always a plus, though. I like that kind of stuff.
ADHD and beer, it probably doesn't go good together. That's why I get indica weed to help slow me down. It's legal in Maine. So I got my med card since my accident. Anyway, I'm legal. So fuck off. Not you, just in general. But I do but at the same time,
I mean, in all fairness, I work in cannabis. So I'm totally, I work in Michigan. I'm a grower in Michigan. So it's legal in this state also, too. So, I mean,
Brother, paisano. I knew I love the beard for a reason.
But I have to back it up just for a minute here, because this is something that we frequently talk about on the show. And maybe you've had an experience with it. I'm not 100% sure. But since you brought it up, I got to ask, of course. You mentioned that you got into a head-on collision and that you'd actually died at one point. During that time that you died, did you end up having like a near-death experience or see anything on the other side? Or were you one of the people that it was just black and then you woke up?
I didn't have anything on paper. My girlfriend doesn't call my bluff, but she thinks I was just knocked out. Of course she wasn't there. But I woke up to my shirt ripped off me, to a dude above me with paddles going, there he is. And I'm in the ambulance with I go to Little Caesars Pizza. I call my girlfriend going, hey, I'm coming home from my therapy, from my counselor. I just got done with her for an hour-long session about my life. And then I order a pizza, come to see my girlfriend in Saco, Maine. And the next thing I know is I wake up in the ambulance, and I can't tell you Adam from Eve, and that's no pun intended. No, I'm not trying to. I literally could not think of a fucking thing. And my wallet and my cell phone were in my car, which is flips upside down in the Nonsuch River, which is a funny name, but it's a salt river that leads to the Atlantic Ocean. And dude, people, the guy goes, oh, they go, yeah. If I found out later in the hospital, they go, bystanders said that you were out of the car telling jokes until you passed out. I go, what? They go, yeah, one guy said you crawled out of the car on your own hands and knees and you just sat there and were telling jokes till the ambulance came and then you passed out until they shocked you. I go, no, what? And they're telling me this in the hospital and shit. And I'm just trying to figure out everything. And of course, this is literally the time of COVID. So no one's coming to visit Adam. So my girlfriend, I finally can recognize her number after 2 hours. And I'm telling jokes all up, the nurse is there out of my fucking gourd. And she comes and gets me and I need help. She nurses me out to help. But dude, it felt like, you wake up from sleeping or a dream, and you're like, "Well, shit, did I fall asleep, or what? Did I take a nap?" You know what I mean? It's like almost like a loss of time, if that makes sense. I don't know if months, years, days went by. Turned out it was just like an hour or a half hour, but I don't remember shit. I don't remember driving. I don't remember going, "Oh no!" Even now, once in a while, if I'm dreaming, I'll wake up and I feel like I'm in the ambulance. I'll have a dream like I'm in the ambulance because I can feel the whole beep, beep, beep in a gurney. But as far as the accident, dude, no. I don't remember talking to my papa. I don't remember talking to God. My mom. One thing I remember was my airbags were orange, and my mother told me to help me get out. And everybody's like, airbags are white, Adam. We go to see my car. I got a video with my girlfriend. Guess what? My fucking airbags in that Ford Fusion, 2016 Ford Fusion, are orange. My mom came to me, man. I had her ashes around my neck, and she passed away first. And she helped me get out. My car was flipped over, dude. I was alone, and I lost time, and I had a big gouge and shit. And yeah, that was like 4 years ago. And ever since then, man, I've got my own podcast. I do my own tours. I'm a booking agent. One of my clients is Pennywise, Stacey Johnson. She was Pennywise in the remake of It. Bill Skarsgård was Pennywise, but in certain scenes, he couldn't be her in the sewer scene. That was Stacey. I met her at the Warren convention with Ed and Lorraine Warren, and she's paid me money, and I represent her. So I became a passed out dead stoner dude in Maine to a booking agent of Pennywise doing tours of Stephen King stuff, getting paid and getting sponsored to do a podcast, formerly by Stephen King. The guy that sponsored me for 2 years was the guy that drove the red truck in Pet Cemetery, Donnie Green, that killed the baby Gage. He was my sponsor for 2 years, paid me. I mean, so I'm living a dream. Am I in a mansion in Beverly Hills? No, I live in Maine. My pipe's frozen 2 weeks ago. It's cold up here in northern Maine. I don't live like a king, but at the same time, man, I'm having some fun and I'm making some memories and I'm doing shit that I always wanted to do. I'm associated with Stephen King people. That's really what I'm rolling with. So many people want to be the paranormal, which is great, but I'm trying to find that line of paranormal meets Stephen King. You dig? Like I'm trying to get involved in the center of that. And especially being in Maine, same high school, why not ride that tail? No one's doing Stephen King shit. Who? No one. Right? The dude's 78 years old. He's not going to live much longer. I want him to, don't get me wrong. So 3 months ago, you know what I did 4 months ago in Bangor? I went to a book signing of Joe Hill, his son, who did Nosferatu. the series Nosferatu, Hero Horns. I met him, dude. I got a video of Stephen King walking in on crutches. I go, Steve, I went to the same high school as you. Can I get a picture with you? He's like, not right now. And he looked at me, not right now, son. That's fucking meeting him. So I got a picture of the back of his head in the Bangor jacket. And me going, because I met King, dude. So I'm riding the wave, man, and I've been through some shit. And I tell you, since dying, I've never lived. I can tell you. I mean, I met Rob Zombie, and I've done cool shit. I got a lot of autographs from people. I was sang in a band for 5 years, Culling the Herd. I was a singer of a metal band. I've done videos and shit, and Kill Your Mother type music and stuff. But I, as far as like the knowledge and stuff, retaining stuff, I'm like people call me the Rain Man of the paranormal, I've been told, and stuff, because I just can retain dates, history, and not just Conjuring House. That's all well and good, Lizzie Borden. But I'm talking about this place in Maine where the guy invented chewing gum. Bradford, Maine was the birthplace of spruce gum, the first chewing gum in 1890. Did you know that? No, you do now. I mean, I know it's not really haunted, but at the same time, I know there's a B-52 bomber crash site on Elephant Mountain where 8 people died from Massachusetts, and the plane is still there. I got a video of it. There's tires everywhere. There's shit in the trees from 1963, dude. B-52 bomber crash site, Elephant Mountain. Google it. There's a book about it. And no one goes there. So I go and I document these places for free because there's no one charges you. So I want the lesser known to be known, if you dig. I want to be the first one. I want to pop the cherries. People can go people go to the Conjuring House all they want. Been there, done that. I want to go to the place no one's touched before. Let's go to the Virgins. That's my game. I love that.
Hold on tight, guys. We'll be right back after this brief commercial break. But in the meantime, don't forget to follow Inquiries of Our Reality on Instagram and Facebook. And don't forget to check out Open Minds Media on YouTube and TikTok. I'd love to hear from you guys, so feel free to leave a comment or spark up a conversation. I love getting to know you guys. And now back to the show. That's perfect, actually, because that's exactly the type of stuff I like to get into on the show. And I bring it up all the time that, there's a lot of folklore that ends up in ghost stories and all this stuff that ends up dying out because people don't tell it enough, or it doesn't get told on like shows. It just kind of gets tossed around locally and stuff. So, I mean, that being said, of course, I'd love to dive into some of these local lesser known tales just for the sake of giving them another medium to try to exist within.
I get some freaky shit. Let me think off the top of my head. Let me see. In York, Maine, which is named after Yorkshire, England, it's got the oldest building on American soil. Believe it or not, it's still here. The British built it. It's a 1710 Goil, Gale, which is now jail. And it's an old big hut, and it's right in York's, dude. And you can go there. And someone escaped a long time ago and shit. And we took a tour. And the bars are all like, oh, it's fucking great. So anyway, York has got the ocean, and it's totally mermaids are seen there and pirate ships, and there's stuff written on rocks that they say that the Vikings wrote. I digress. That's all cool in itself. You go to the graveyard, right? The York Burying Ground, which in 1653 on Candlemas Day, there was a slaughter there, and like 29 Native Americans were taken hostage to Canada there and stuff. There's a burying ground there, and Mary Nason in 50 or 63. Don't quote me. Earlier than that. I'm sorry. 1863 or 53. She was killed as an herbalist and an executioner at 28 years old, right? The same age as Jesus, right? So on her epitaph, it's a picture of her with her big boobs, and it's her face and stuff. And she's got a 3-inch concrete slab above her grave. And there's everything from condoms to Bacardi to joints to cigarettes to money up the ass to flowers. You name it for her. They put it there because they said she's going to rise from her grave. And she's the only girl in the cemetery where there's nothing on her. She's the only one that's got a concrete slab on her grave. And I got a picture of that, and her eyes red, just different stuff. So she was a witch. And there's other stuff. And that's just honestly small. But you always tell me and my girlfriend Heather, who's a witch, we go to her grave. There's always a black crow in the tree above her tombstone. Just little things, man. Maine's eerie, New England's eerie, and we've been to some crazy shit. I've been to Madame Cherie's staircase in Chestershire, New Hampshire, right on the Vermont border. And it's a staircase going to a mansion that was burnt down. It's just a rock staircase going up to nowhere. Some chick, a Broadway chick that was half naked, would drive around New Hampshire. She bought a place. She drove around naked underneath a mink coat with her little pet ferret in a convertible. That's no shit. Madame Cherie. And she built a house and had parties there, and she got a staircase, and the whole house burnt down. She left in like the 1950s, 40s. And the staircase is going up to the middle of nowhere, middle of the woods. Leaves fell on it. And me and Heather went there, my girl. And just check out this stuff that a lot of people don't know. or know not a lot of, if that makes sense. Ocean-born Mary's house in New Hampshire, Heinecker, New Hampshire. She was born on a ship on New Hampshire border in the ocean, and the pirate took over the ship, and her mother was pregnant, and the pirate said that he would not kill the mother if she named her daughter after his mother, Mary. So she named her daughter Mary, and the pirate came to go live with Mary when he was dying, and she buried him in the front yard. This is all lore, dude. But look up Ocean-born Mary. It's a thing, and that's in New Hampshire. We've been in the thing outside of our houses, Ocean-born Mary house, and little things where you could make a movie or book about that doesn't get the lore that Lizzie and Conjuring do, and that's what I like. It's fucking Pokemon Go, but it's like real shit, you know?
Dude, that's what like a lot of the cryptid stuff's like too, man. It's an untapped market. I was talking about this on a show last night. Just all that type of stuff, man. Like, you know, they cover like the Warrens, which of course there's a lot of stuff up for debate, of course, with the books and everything too. You know, they had something laid out where they were definitely able to like make a script out of it easy, I'm sure. So that was probably like why they went after that in particular, because of the way they documented their cases and stuff. But, you know, the whole idea between like cryptids, the paranormal, like even just off a little folklore stuff, like you could create this entire story and you can just use the folklore and then expand on it more. And there's such an untapped market of that stuff, but yet they keep just repeating like all these remakes of everything that they've already done in the past that, you know, a lot of them are like cult classics, and the cult fans don't want to see a remake of their cult classics. So it's like, there's a huge untapped market. Like, just touch it, man. Like, I want to see cryptids, you know? Like,
or an Annabelle 8. I mean, you could have stopped at Annabelle 2. You really don't need more than that. Like, we get it. It's just a haunted doll. We get it. You kind of killed it. Some of these movies only need one, you know? I like your alien mug, by the way. See, and that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no movies about the Wendigo or Chupacabra or fucking, you know, like, Thunderbirds, like all these different cryptids, these different unknowns, and we just focus on the same tales. There actually is movies about Robert the Doll. There's 3 of them. I have 3 movies of Robert the Doll. They're not that good, but that's
what I was gonna say. You get a lot of like super duper indie stuff, and there's like the good indie stuff, and then there's the stuff that's like you don't know if they're trying to be funny or if it's just like that bad. But like that's where you get with a lot of the Sasquatch stuff. Like there's a handful of just like really good, solid Sasquatch horror movies, like Bluff Creek, for example, Big Legend, for example. But they're still like indie movies. But it's like there's never been like a movie that there's been a good enough budget to just do like a good just Sasquatch movie. I mean, for the Wendigo at least, there was Antlers, which I think was like a Hulu movie. That wasn't too bad, but I mean, that's like one, and it's still just this huge untapped market. Just simply Sasquatch. Like, give us just one good, like, solid Sasquatch movie. I mean, that's more of like a family movie anyways. Like, I want to see a horror movie, you know? Like,
I'm just kidding.
But not CGI, though. That's the problem with everything going today. Like, I want to see see practical effects in a Sasquatch movie.
Yes.
Like, prime example, Dog Warriors, right? Have you ever seen that movie? It was like maybe I think in like the 90s or something. It was a UK movie about these like soldiers that were getting attacked by these like werewolves inside the house. And it was like a super low budget film, but they filmed it like super duper grainy. Like the costumes, the way that they did it with like the grain and the lighting, like it looked phenomenal for like being a low budget movie. But like you could do that, but with Sasquatch, and it still hasn't been done yet, man. Like,
hey, when the show's done, send me that in Messenger. Just for I mean, obviously I'm gonna go to bed after this, but send me that. I want to see if I can find that on Tubi or something. I'm curious.
Yeah, Dog Soldiers. I know that it's on one of the streaming apps, but I highly recommend it. I had somebody pass it along to me who's really into like the Dogman stuff, and they were like, you know, this is supposed to be werewolves, but these things feel very like Dogman, like they look super Dogman like. So I watched it just off of that, but yeah.
where I live in Maine, dude, honestly, like I don't know if you're familiar with it at all. Have you ever been to Maine?
I have not been to Maine, but I have talked to a lot of different people that research in Maine, so I'm partly familiar with some of the weird stuff going on in Maine, but I've never been there myself.
Nomar's my boy. I met Nomar. So I was in your show a couple weeks ago.
Nomar, and then Kevin from Where the Weird Ones Are, if you've ever met him before too.
Kevin who?
Where the Weird Ones Are. Kevin, it begins with an S. I'm brain fart on his last name right now. What is it?
Sullivan? No.
Something, it's, man, let me look it up if you want to.
Yeah, no rush. I hate to put you on the spot, but Nomar and I are really, you know what's funny? Nomar's caught me outside Stephen King's house reading Pet Sematary before with his girlfriend. He drove up and go, what are you stalking him? I go, I'm just reading. Hopefully he'll come out. And he laughed. It was in Bangor because Nomar lives in Bangor. I got Nomar's book. Nomar's been on my show and shit. Nomar's good people. He great speaking voice, great knowledge on UFOs. So he blew your mind, I bet.
Oh, yeah, dude. He had a bunch of different stuff from like a bunch of different sightings of underwater UFOs and everything.
USOs.
And then he came on to the other show and he was talking about some of his experiences, and he was talking about the story he found about the frog people of Maine, that weird, like, obscure story about that one random pond that nobody went up to and everything. Like,
fucking Nomar, he's a mind fuck. He went up to the hill that my mom used to live in Casco, and he went up to Hackers Hill in Casco, and that's where he's got that UFO footage, and he's on his YouTube channel and shit. When he was up there like 2 a.m. doing nothing. He's a good guy though. He knows. See, I like that. We're nerds, you and I and him, but we're cool nerds. We're pretty fucking handsome, right? I mean, like, at
least we think smart. We're cool, right?
I think so. I'd chill with me. I'd buy me a beer if I saw me at a bar. But you know what I mean? Like, there's other things. I mean, like, hey, do you video game? I go, no, I don't. I really don't. Between watching movies and then talking to guests, because I do what you do, and then, of course, booking and shows, and then writing my own book, which I'm trying to do, and I really don't have time to play video games. I know that sounds mean, but so we do our own thing. Maybe you do play video games. I mean, everybody's teach their own. I just don't really have time. But
me either, to be honest with you. Like,
I'm like I told myself, between doing podcasts or doing my own and then just planning shit for people. And I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I didn't go to school for being a booking agent. Honestly, you know why I started, dude? Because Donnie Green, the driver for Pet Sematary that drove the red truck that killed Gage singing the Ramones in the original, I had him on my show, and the next day he goes, you know what? You should be my booking agent. I don't have one. And I go, huh? We trademarked a Rinko together and everything. And then he goes to the Bangor show, and then he bails on me. And I don't get a fucking dime because the guy that owns the truck doesn't like me. So he cut me out. I hate to talk shit on your show about it, but Donnie, if you're watching, where the fuck's my money? So I kind of cut my ties with him, which kind of sucks because I really promoted him. But at the same time, I've met other people. I got Stacy on my wing. I do work with Marlon. So I kind of work, and I've had people on my show like Dave Greenberg, who did the work for Pet Sematary. He made the bed, Zelda's bed. Rachel. And so that's cool. And I talked to Vinny. Vinny did some of the stuff on Thinna. He did some of the stuff on the dude's face there when he's got a mole, and Stephen King was looking at it. So I'm really trying to do this whole King thing. I know it sounds like I'm riding the coattail of him, but at the same time, dude, they're not riding people's coattail, but I'm documenting him. But at the same time, as a place in Bangor, I bring you, where the first American Republican vice president, Hannibal Hamlin, underneath Abraham Lincoln, he was playing poker. He lived in Maine. He actually fought down in Maine, one of the places down at the coast, and he died playing poker on a couch in Bangor, and that couch is on display at the Bangor Library for free. And it says Hannibal Hamlin, Vice President of America, died in 1987 playing poker, or 1887 playing poker on this couch. And then he's buried at the cemetery where Stephen King played the Reverend in Pet Sematary, America's second oldest garden cemetery, Bangor, Mount Hope. You tell me, right? Al Brady, after Bonnie and Clyde died, he was America's Most Wanted from Indianapolis. He came to Bangor, Maine from Indianapolis with the Al Brady gang, bought Tommy guns at a store, Dakin's Sporting Goods. Now it's a bookstore, Briar Patch. He got shot in the streets by J. Edgar Hoover and the FBI in the 60s, and there's a thing on the brick on the wall on the ground that says Al Brady got shot here, and he's fucking buried at the same cemetery too. And I can take you historically haunted tours, pay out, motherfuckers. Some good stuff. I know the spots where scenes were filmed, and there could be worse things. It's free, right? No one owns the rights to cemeteries, so I'm going showing people stuff. I'm showing them the house, and I'm going to little places where the films were shot or where other cool things were. So it's not quite King all the way, but why not, right? I'm trying to just do a little bit on the side. We all need to, and it's fun, man. It's not really a job because I dig it. Every time I go, I get excited. I'm like Stephen King's house. I've been there 40 times. I still love it. Man, I don't know if you've ever been, but spiders on the fucking wall, on the fence. It's wild. His wife waved to me one day, Tabitha, and I'm reading it now. I got his book collection. So I know it sounds like I'm a fanning out, but there are people already fans out. It could be worse people. He's good to his kids and his wife. Besides doing cocaine and shit, he's America's greatest author. He's right there with Lovecraft. So I do that. I do the podcast thing. And then, man, I do the booking thing. And I try to get people gigs on podcasts and book signings and shit. And then I do shows like yours and have fun to brag a little bit. So I appreciate you promoting. Guys, Historically Haunted Booking, Historically Haunted Vodcast with a V. That's on Facebook. YouTube, Historically Haunted on YouTube, and Adam Historian Ghost Hunter, that's on Facebook too. And I'm done. Historically Haunted Tours. That's it. And now it's on Facebook.
So since we've been bringing up the paranormal a bit too, one thing I always, again, like to dive into on the show too is if anybody's had their own paranormal experiences, because a lot of the time, you know, it kind of leads into why people get into investigating in the first place. And I'm assuming that probably within doing some of your investigations that you've probably seen some pretty interesting stuff. So I'd love to dive into some of your experiences with the paranormal.
Dude, Lizzie Borden, I stayed up all night. Haven't done that in a while. So I'm staying up, and in the basement where they found the murder weapon, I found a blue orb dance around off a shop vac and off different shit. I have pictures of that. My girlfriend did the dowsing rods. Her eyes were glowing. I got pictures of little things. People go, well, that's lighting. But I was there, and you can't record the feeling that you get where it's like, fuck, am I being watched? You know what I'm saying? I'm constantly looking around, you know, and it's like, yeah. Plus the lore of it, but different shit. We went to an antique place in Maine one time in Wells, a Jorgensen's Antique, and we went in to talk to this lady, and she was very quiet. Very chill, very eerie. Remember the librarian from Ghostbusters, minus the whole wah. And so we go for a walk, and everything there is like $500 or less. And I'm telling my girl, don't fucking sneeze because this is expensive antiques, bro. It's a whole week's fucking 2 weeks paycheck here. So then we go out back, and two big like dogs, like huskies, but like wolves, come out of this door and look at us. Don't bark, corral us out of the store. We walk by her. She's talking to some girl. We say, have a good day. She ignores us completely. We walk out. The dogs walk to us. I go to turn around and look up, and the fucking door is locked. There's no one in there, and it's pitch black. So you tell me. So we walked the fuck out of there. I've never been back since. Totally ghost. So little things like that. Ghost lights. I've been to a place called Camp Ellis, Maine, where the Saco River meets the meets the Atlantic Ocean. And there's a lighthouse there, Wood Island Light, off Wood Island. And that's where it was a homicide murder. Some vagabond was on there living, and some dude living in the house at the time saw him. So the dude shot the dude. And when the cop showed up from a boat, he shot himself. I don't mean to laugh, but people hear that gunshots at night in them there. And that's right by this whole opening where we saw lights under the water circling, stop, glow. And my girlfriend goes, what the fuck? We get out of the car. We go, look, it's like 10 o'clock at night. We're just going there to smoke a joint, relax. You know, we weren't high yet, so we weren't stoned, so fuck off. It was real. And I got a video of it somewhere, and I'll show all of you. And you look, dude, and this thing is just circling out of the boat, but then it stops, and then it gets bright. Almost like it's a scuba diver, but not. We waited for a half hour. Nothing came up. And it's to the point where we just had to leave because it was getting late. And it's like, so what do you do, right? Do you outweight the paranormal? Do you outweight the unknown? Do you want to wait up and see? Okay, Shane, let me ask you, do you think everything's got a legit reason? Everything's got an excuse?
I mean, in all fairness, when it comes to investigating just about anything, you have to try to rule out any logical answer before you know you got something that's unexplained. So, I mean, you got to sit there, you got to try to figure out what's going on. You got to look at any logical explanation that you could possibly have in the area. And when you've arrived to the point where there is no logical explanation of it, then you know you probably have something paranormal. And then you can kind of start processing and going from there.
Do you think this is paranormal? Do you think it's a scuba diver? Do you think it's not a submarine? Because it's a river, mind you. It does go to the Atlantic. And I wish I could show you the video. I'll have to show you sometime if I can find it. Because it's like 10 years ago, 8 years ago. But it's right where it kind of meets. And there's other boats there. But it's 10 o'clock at night, dude. And it went on and off. It didn't really have a certain rotation. Like, it almost reminded me of a lighthouse. And which Wood Island Light is to the distance. And at first I thought, well, maybe it's a reflection of that. But it wasn't timing up with it. Light doesn't get thrown that long. You dig? You know what I mean? This would circle around from over there, and then this light would go over here. And I'm like, nah, it's not connected. So I'm trying to rule that in. So little weird things like that.
Hold that thought. We'll be back in a flash. But if you don't like hearing the ads, then I have a solution for you. You can get ad-free and early access to this show and Bizarre Encounters with Shayn Orin on the Open Minds Media Patreon for just $1 a month. That's less than the price of a bag of chips, and it's a great way to support the show and all the hard work behind it. And if you're interested in merch store discounts or premium video versions of the show, then there are a few other tiers with additional benefits and 7-day free trials available. Now let's get back into it.
And then we went to a bridge one time in Wyndham. There used to be a fort. It was the second largest gunpowder manufacturer during the Civil War, believe it or not. Gambo powder mills, and there's still foundations there where it was. And there's a bridge going across the water by the dam, and there's two people there. Me and my girlfriend stopped at night, and this is no shit, to go smoke. And we did, you know, and we just go for a walk. And we go, and it's 9, 10 o'clock at night. You can ask her, Heather. And we go down there with her van, and we put the little headlights on the bridge, and two dudes are standing there with no shirts or nothing, One's knelt down, not like he's blowing them, but kind of knelt down. And he stands up and he's got like no nipples, no eyebrows, looks like powder. And he's walking towards me with his shirt off, just like a being with his head shaved. And he's walking towards me at night with my beams on. Who does that, right? So, of course, I fucking pop it in reverse. I'm like, peace out, Girl Scout. I'm out of here, right? So I'm not messing with that. But that reminds me of, like, was it a shapeshifter? Was it an alien? Was it a demon? Was it someone just stoned? Because I'm not walking towards a vehicle if it's that late at night, right? And I'm caught on the bridge with my buddy. So
usually you hide at that point.
Right. In between that, dude, and obviously random shit, I've heard things. Living up here is pretty wild where I live. I live way up by the Appalachian Trail, by Mount Katahdin, Maine, where like the Wendigo is seen and where like Pamula is seen and all that shit. And there's different stuff, man. And I tell you, it's at night even, it's an eerie feeling. Bats are flying around. There's wild rabbits up here. Oh, yeah, dude. I see people. There's this moose at the way station. And like I said, population 1,200 is on a street light in my whole town. It's really not that many people. So it's a little bit more susceptible to it. But at the same time, I feel like the history is all around us. It doesn't have to be someplace you've seen in Ghost Hunters or whatever these shows. Like we were saying earlier, it's all around you if you go and look at it. So even when I go down, even on the way to Heather's, you pass by places where it's just shit happens. It's just, and you see stuff, man. And you can't. Did I see what I just saw? You know, especially when you're by yourself. Like tonight, I live alone. I'm 3 hours north of anybody I even fucking know. I know some people here. I've been here for 2 years, but not really. I don't hang out with anybody. So it gets quiet. It gets lonely sometime. But I got my black salt. I got my sage. You know, I got my little crosses. You believe in that stuff too? Little protection devices?
Oh, sage, yeah. Better to be safe than sorry, you know, especially when you're living near Appalachia and stuff too. Like, those mountains are the oldest mountain range in the world, man. Like, who knows what could possibly be inside that mountain range? And not to mention, like, all the weird creature sightings, all the weird miner sightings when they start digging into everything there. Like, it's endless,
I'm
man.
on native soil, brother. There's literally Indian preservations, Native American preservations and townships right about a couple of miles up from me and stuff. I live right around that area, Moosehead Lake and stuff, Elephant Mountain where this thing was. And it's a whole, dude, I've seen horse and buggy Amish up here. I'm in the middle of no man's land. We got snow coming tonight, 3 to 5 inches, believe it or not. When I go to work, I'm going to have to cancel work tomorrow. It's supposed to be that bad. Spring what? It's like 35 degrees right now. I got my space heater on. But at the same time, there are certain animals that can vibe with that. There are certain things that can. Of course, werewolves probably can't. But there are lizard creatures that are cold-blooded anyway that can survive in these temperatures. And I don't trust anything, honestly. And I'm open to everything. UFOs, I see lights in the sky sometime. Are they drones now? Are they satellites? Who knows? But some shit's quick, man. You ever had a UFO experience?
I mean, I've seen some weird stuff for sure. I mean, nothing that, I have one that I saw a bunch of different like red lights that were like all kind of flying around within like a circle and they all took off in different directions. And then weirdly enough, like a couple of years later, I'm talking about this experience with some random person at work. And I usually don't talk about all this stuff that I do at work just because, you know, how people are. And this other guy turns around and he goes, wait, where'd you say you were at? And I like said like the area that I was in. He goes, dude, I saw the same thing. He's like, this was around this year? I'm like, yeah, around 2013. He's like, yeah, I saw the same thing. My mom lives in this neighborhood. And he's like, I never thought anything of it. And then somebody else brought some validity to it. I'm like, dude, honestly, same thing. Like, I didn't think anything of it. And now I have some type of weird confirmation, you know, like it's the weird stuff that's meant to happen where
not trying to shit on your story or take it for granted, but that's what I'm saying about seeing my ghost, right? I'm fucking 12 years old seeing my grandfather or whatever, 9, 10 years old seeing my grandfather walk me to the fridge. I don't say nothing because I'm just a kid. My mom's flipping out. I find out a couple years later, my sister, who's just younger than me, saw Papa too and goes, okay, Papa, looking at the ceiling. And my aunt saw him. I got validation that I saw him that same night. Then I knew, okay, I wasn't dreaming or being fucking insane at 9 years old, which I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to take away from your story, but that just shows you validation, correct?
Yeah, exactly. When you have two people that see the same thing and you both can't be like, all right, this is exactly what it is, then it brings more validity to it, you know? Like, same with anything. Like, you feel less crazy, especially when somebody hasn't had a close experience, but they literally had the same experience and saw the same thing, you know? Like...
It's self-closure too.
Exactly, yeah, because then, yeah, you feel like you can confirm that you did see something, you know? It wasn't just a trick in your mind.
That I'm not a fucking schizo, right? I mean, I took acid before, supposedly. Who knows? But I saw White Zombie and the Ramones. And I remember Johnny Ramone playing in Lewiston, Maine, where I met Rob Zombie. and Johnny Ramone there, the singer, goes, "This is where Stephen King lives, and underneath this building is the Pet Cemetery." And I've been hooked. I mean, I've been, not to bring it up again, but I've been to Durham. I've been to the house he grew up in. I know exactly the first church he preached at and attended. It's right next door. I mean, all this shit. So it's really cool, man. I really dig it. I really dig the vibes. You dig Stephen King? I got to ask you. You like a book or movie or both?
Yeah, honestly, I was gonna say if I had to pick like a favorite, I'd probably pick like Dreamcatcher because I like the just like the alien dynamic of all that type of stuff. But you know,
the book or the movie or both?
Honestly, both. But the movie's pretty good. I mean, usually I'm one of those people that it's like the book is always better than the movie just because a lot of the stuff in books is philosophical. So it's like you can't just have 3 hours in a movie where a guy's simply just sitting here thinking something in his head, you know, like. All the people that try to argue that, oh, I'll just wait till the movie comes out. It's like, yeah, but you're missing like the philosophy behind the book. So
everybody says that. Everybody says there's so much in the book that's not in the movie. Even It. My girlfriend read It. It took her like 3 months.
It's all the philosophy. It's not even necessarily all just like visually, like here's an attack scene that they definitely have to take some of that stuff out in movies, especially when they're like giant books. But honestly, what you're missing behind the book is 90% of what a book is the author trying to project or trying to mention some type of philosophy or concept or project their idea on something, and a lot of that is like thought. So it's like there's not really, again, like a way to do that in movies. Like, are you just gonna have a guy sitting there for 3 hours while he's thinking something? Like, it doesn't work. Like,
that's it was funny when you put it that way. No one's really ever said it that way, but it's fucking fact. That's a pretty good way to say it.
Like 1984, prime example. 99% of that book is in the guy's head. They try to make a movie, and you can do that in an hour and a half. But you listen to the audiobook, and it's like a 10-hour audiobook because it's like 90% of it's in the dude's head. Like that's. I mean, I get it. It's a screen time as opposed to you can't really compare. It is apples to oranges. It really is. That's funny, but it's a great movie. I like when he's taking a piss and the fucking worm thing hits him in the dick. We got all the house and all the deer and shit running from the woods. I'm like, that's a bad sign. When you see the animals running, you might want to run too. That's not good. So that's a great call. So that's cool. Like I said, I'm not trying to ride the coattails, but everybody's doing something, and I figure that's the one thing in my area. If you're from, no offense, Michigan, if you're from Florida or Hawaii, you can go on to Stephen King tours. I mean, I literally know where the original Pet Cemetery was filmed. It's in Ellsworth. I know the steps that carried Victor Pascal when his brain was gushing out. That's the Ellsworth City Hall. You can line up the railing. The railings are still the same. I've had tours. I know where all these places are, and I do the research, and I have the backup to prove it. You know what I mean? Like I know the house where he was killed. It's still yellow with red fucking roof. It's still the same house in Hancock, Maine. The field's the same. I mean, I know, I'm not trying to brag, but no one's really doing that. There is a small tour in Bangor, but no one's doing outside of it. And I can do Thinner in Belfast. If you've seen that with the gypsies and all that shit's there. I know all that stuff. I've been in the bar, had a burger, talked to the bartender, the whole nine. So I really trying to make it. I said, I'm not trying to rub his coattails, but at the same time, like, it's kind of a nod to him. It's kind of a cool little excursion. And why the fuck not, right? No one else is really doing it. So I know the Mills Graveyard Shift was filmed in with the big rats. It's in Harmony. That's America's oldest woolen mill that's still in production, 1821. 1 year after Maine was a state in 1820. 1821 in Harmony, Maine. Bartlett Yarn Mill. I've been there twice. I got a coffee mug. So you know what I mean? I mean, like, I'm geeking out. But why the fuck not? Because instead of just doing random shit, I'm not trying to brag and make money, but I'm making a couple bucks. I'm getting to know people, right? I mean, why not? And I'm getting known to an extent. For someone to be in Maine, what the fuck? So, and that's why I'm doing it. I'm 45 years old. I'm doing it for fulfillment because I love it. My girl supports me 130%. Lets me do whatever the fuck I want. So let's go, right? I mean, I think everybody else would do it by predicament, or my predicament, my position. So I do the podcast. I get to talk to awesome people like you. Once in a blue, I get to do podcasts and talk about myself and spew fucking venom for an hour. And that's pretty wild. So, shit. Did I answer all your questions? Yeah, I mean, one other thing that I could definitely dive into with you is for the sake of, you live in Maine, and obviously a lot of Stephen King's books are created in Maine. Do you know if there was any like local folklore, for example, or anything like that inspired any of the stuff that he wrote about in any particular towns in Maine or anything?
Yes. I know that, and that's funny you say that. You don't mind me talking, right? Because I'm a talker, as you can tell.
No, I love diving into the local folklore. I'm good on that all day.
Okay. Well, on the town, there's a river the Kennebec River, you know the Barrens, okay, from it?
Yeah.
That's actually the Condusting River, which Condusting River is actually mentioned in the Book of It, because I started reading it. I'm in the first chapter, and it's mentioned twice in that already. Well, that actually goes in the canals through Bangor, but there's a place called Lover's Leap, where a girl and a Native American that could be together because their families both jumped off it and committed suicide. It's a big rock ledge. That's where the kids jump off of and go swimming in the movie. That's based off Lover's Leap from Condusting Stream and shit. That's no shit. So that's right there. There's a big placard that talks about Lover's Leap. So all that stuff's got to do with that. Then you go across the river from that right now, and you got it's the place of the witches, Brewer Witches. Real quick, there's a house there that was used in the American Railroad, the Underground Railroad and stuff, and Abraham Lincoln visited it and all that stuff, and it's like the foundation still. Chamberlain Park, you can visit it. But if you go to the right of it, there's a little town, and I'll come to me in a minute because I can't think of the name of it, Orenville, I think. And there's a house that him and his wife stayed at, and that's where his youngest son, Owen, was running towards the road and almost got hit by a truck. And that's the same place where his youngest or his only daughter, Naomi, who's a priestess, like a priest, bishop or whatever, her cat got killed there. And they buried the cat in a pet cemetery that's out back. And that gave him, he wrote the book Pet Cemetery in this house, get the same house as Amityville. Orenville, Orniville, Orenville, Maine. Stephen King, look it up. If you call me a bullshitter, fucking Google it. It's right there. I've done my research. I've been naysayed my whole life. I got things that people go, really? How do you know that? I go, ping, 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 ping. I got pictures everywhere. Trust me. I'll shut you up. Not to you, but just anybody listening goes, how does he know? So I've been there, and I've been to the pet cemetery that's out back. I haven't found his cat's grave where his daughter's cat's grave was, but I've been to the area out back of a church or back of the house where his wife stayed. I got a YouTube video of that. There's a dead crow in the road where the cat died, where he wrote Pet Cemetery in that house before he moved to the Bangor house. Him and his wife lived in a little rundown house, like a little trailer type thing. And they sold it, made some money, lived there until they bought that house. It was renovated, then moved to the one they got on West Broadway Street, 1854 mansion. They've lived at since 1979, the year I was born. Coincidence? You tell me. Anyway, but that's in Orenville, right across the river. And if you go past Orenville, you know what's on the side of Orenville? If you go south towards like Massachusetts area, south of that is Hebron. He taught at Hebron Academy. That's where he wrote Carrie, his first novel that he threw his way. And his wife pulled it out of the trash, made him finish it. He wrote Carrie. That's what been his first ever book and movie, Carrie. He wrote that at Hebron Academy, which I've been to. Hebron Academy, cha-ching, selfie. Look it up. I've been there, dude. And that's right down the road, right? Now you go by Hebron, right? And it's got two roads that go out back towards this library. That's where they filmed the ending of Creepshow 2, The Hitchhiker, when the girl gets killed. And the guy goes, thanks for the ride, lady. And he goes, what do you want? And I've been there. I've been there. It's a video of it. I can take you there. The dirt road looks the same from the movie. The house, when you see it, it's got the white house with the brown fucking polka dot thing in the garage. Same fucking thing. It's a library, and there's two houses. I've been there. I got pictures of it, the whole fucking nine. And it's an old folks home now, believe it or not, instead of a real home. But it's still there. I got pictures of it, and that's from Creepshow 2, The Hitchhiker, the very third episode. That's all Bangor. You ever seen that? When the girl fucks the guy?
Yeah. I was saying, Creepshow is honestly probably one of my favorites as far as like film versions of like Stephen King stuff.
Hitchhiker's the third one. When she hits the black dude hitchhiking, that's the off ramp in Ellsworth. I can bring you there. It's right past Bangor. I got it written out. You can see the little oil pipes in the background when he gets hit. And you see the big standing oil pipes. They're still there. Still there. I can bring you where he got killed. If you want, hold the sign. Hold the sign that says Dover. I live right by Dover, Foxcroft, Maine. I'll bring you. My buddy Danny came down from Connecticut, brought a Dover sign. I took pictures. He paid me about $200. He bought me the umbrella, Maggie's umbrella from Nosferatu. NOS 402. It's in this thing. You see Nosferatu?
I haven't seen the new one yet. No.
On AMC?
Nope, I have not seen it yet.
The umbrella she used. The fucking product. Mike got the best friends ever, dude. They hooked me up with so much Stephen King shit. It's not even funny. I got like shit from Christmas still. Shining socks, It socks. So that's cool, man. People send me Pennywise Legos. So, I mean, it could be worse, right? It could be in the Harry Potter, which I like too. All that shit's great, Lord of the Rings. But I mean, if I'm in Maine, dude, and King's here and he's living, let's face it. H.P. Lovecraft. Okay, Edgar Allan Poe. I get you. King, right? I mean, he's got to be in the top 5, right? Got to be. Authors, got to be.
Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back with that deep conversation you crave. But just a quick reminder, if you'd like to snag some gear for this show, Bizarre Encounters, or one of your favorite cryptids or topics, hop on over to the Open Minds Media merch store for a wide range of designs with new drops regularly. And t-shirts now for the low price of just $15.68 plus shipping. And now let's get back into it. Say, at least he's still alive too. That's the other plus. So you can actually still like do stuff with it, interact. Is he still writing still, or is he kind of like not writing anymore? Like
he just did You Like It Darker. I bought it recently. Fucking. You know what's funny? He's coming out with the Long Road movie, which is about walking. Okay, I gotta brag a little bit just because I love you. Hope you don't mind. I got a buzz now. I drank half that beer, and it's been a long day. So this is my room, middle of nowhere, Maine, and this is my Stephen King collection. Got them all, man. I got about 53. Got them on audio. I got some of his kid shit. People make me Pennywise shit. Hardcover, softcover. So yeah, I'm a nerd, man. I'm geeking out, but go for the boobies.
See, I think actually recently, it was on my other show, Bizarre Encounters, but Nomar was talking about The Long Road, and I'd never actually heard about that before, and he mentioned that it was one of his personal favorites and that he had read it recently, and yeah, I'd never heard of it, but like the concept of it definitely sounded interesting. He kind of vaguely described it, but yeah, it definitely sounded interesting. Like it's definitely something I'm going to look into.
Whenever your speeder, you get shot or killed. If you go like less than a mile an hour, you're going to walk for like 20 hours straight without eating, no drinking, no resting. And if you go less than a mile an hour, you get killed or hung or shot or fucking like, oh my God, Hunger Games on crack, dude.
I'm assuming there's some kind of like twist in it. Like, is there creatures or something? Or is it like, because Stephen King, he kind of is one of those things that everybody associates him with being this like horror writer. Everything is like horror related. But then you go back to like other things like, you know, The Green Mile. What was the one with the four kids in it? Like,
you know what's funny? The Green Mile and Shawshank are based off the old prison in Thomaston. There was a state prison. And if you're going back at Thomaston, that's the bridge out back where the gypsy kills the dude in his dream in Thinner. When he takes the truck and he kills the fat dude. There's a big metal bridge. It's in back of the old state prison, which is the shot tower still. That's what Shawshank and Green Mile are based off of. Then you got Cujo. That's based off a real dog. When his car broke down, this fucking kid, this dude went to this place. His car broke down in front of this house in Freiburg, Maine with his affair. It's almost by New Hampshire. And his fucking dog came out with St. Bernard and almost fucking ate his face off. That's why he said it has to be a St. Bernard in the fucking movie. They want it to be a fucking Great Dane or something. And he said, no, it's going to be a St. Bernard. It's going to be a St. Bernard, or don't put my name on it, or something like that. Yeah, he's King's movie. You better listen to him. You know what I'm saying? So,
the only one that kind of just took his own liberties was Stanley Kubrick, but there's a whole conspiracy behind that. I think Kubrick was using his movie as a facade to try to talk about MK Ultra and all this other stuff. But yeah, that was the only one. He was just like, no, I don't care what you say, Stephen King. Like, I'm Stanley Kubrick. I'm doing my own thing here. Your book is a facade for what I'm really trying to do. Like,
he's a genius, though. Kubrick is a fucking genius, dude. I don't give a shit. He's the fucking man. He really is. But you know what's funny? King claims that there's a red tower. He claims that his kid and both his son and his daughter have both seen a ghost in the red tower at his house in Bangor. So he's got a haunted mansion to boot, right? I've heard that in 2 times in on interviews.
And so you said that
supposedly he owns Christine, the real Christine from the movie. Supposedly he's in his garage, I guess.
Oh, I was hearing something relatively recently too about what was it called? Like The Lawnmower Man or something like that, that they like made a movie of it, but it was so far off from the book. Like he wanted like everything he had to do with it, like totally just removed from it, wanted nothing to do with it.
1 and 2. Yes, those ones. And I think not the manga. He wasn't really proud of the manga. That's based off a laundromat that he worked at in Bangor. And I've been to that laundromat. They switched locations. Fern Street. It's 121 Fern, Fern Street in Bangor, Maine. Fucking Google it. There was a wash and dry there, like a laundry. He worked there for 4 or 5 years before he went to Hebron Academy. It's gone now. It's an apartment. Still took a picture. Why not? I've been to the Stomping Guards of Whitey Bulger in Bangor. I've been to Triple O's Lounge where the murderer, the mafia guy was. I've been in the house where the bodies were in the basement, where he strangled that chick, that whore there, the prostitute. I love you, Johnny. He strangled her. I've been to that place, me and my girlfriend, where he buried bodies underneath the trestles. The Bullshit Burying Ground, I've been there, Quincy, Massachusetts. It's on my Facebook page. I have no limits, man. I've been at H.H. Holmes' house, Gilmington, New Hampshire. I went there. It's an 1836 or 2 house. And I got a video of it. And this is no shit. I got a brick from his house right here.
Are you talking about the hotel itself or like his actual like house?
Hotel's in Chicago. He was born and raised in Gilmington, New Hampshire. Look it up. The house is still there. It's in Gilmington. He attended school at Gilmington School and Gilmington Church, and it's right across the street. And I got pictures of that. And my YouTube channel, you can see it. I do a thing in his house, and the girl's doing the bricks, and she goes, "Are you here for HH?" I go, "Yes, ma'am." She goes, "You know what happened? I'm a reporter, right?" She goes, "They wanted to do an interview." And I said, "No." I said, "No, I'm just drove from Maine." She goes, "Well, you'll get 5 minutes. You want a brick?" And she gave me a fucking brick. So I got a piece of Palo Santo on it with a rosary thing, and I got a card underneath, Gilmington, Massachusetts. And I'm not selling it on eBay. It's for my own collection. It'll go in my casket when I die. I don't care. I'm not doing it to impress you. No offense. I just got it for me. No one comes to my house, bro. No one. No one. I've been here for 2.5 years. I've had one visitor, my girl. Holy water. There's the brick. That's a brick from a trestle, Frankenstein's trestle in New Hampshire. That's a stick from the Pet Cemetery in Ellsworth where they were shot. Remember when he goes to Pet Cemeteries with the dead speak, Ellie, and there's a big. That's in Ellsworth. I got proof of it. The Grimm Collective have been there with his wife, Baby Ghoul. There, they talked about it. I was there after, but the rock thing when they're walking, he goes, "Almost there, Lewis." He goes, "You keep saying that. There's a rock thing in the middle of the water. It's still there. Rock quarry." So I've been to the filming sites. Bon and Sin, come on in. Fucking Storm of the Century, Southwest Harbor, Maine. I can take you there, man. It's all wild shit. And you go there and no one gives a fuck. I walk around where Bone and Sin was, the hotel, the 4 fucking things are blinking. The guy from Wings is in the hotel. You must have seen that, Storm of the Century.
Yeah.
No one cares. You go to the place where the guy was drinking a beer with, "Hey, mama," and the girl's got her tits hanging out at the bar and he's talking in Italian. That's a fucking Ryley's bar and grill. It's like a 1950s bar. It's been there for like 30, 40, 50 years, whatever. And it's there in Belfast, Maine, which is named after Belfast, Ireland. You go have a beer and a drink for $10, and then it's like, "Hey, yeah, dinner we're shot here." No one, it's really not a big deal. So I'm making it a big deal. Maybe I'm ruining it, but at the same time, man, like, why shouldn't it be known, right? That's kind of neat. It's not a Hollywood backlot thing. You have to go to California, walk around a backlot. Oh, here's where the bridge was propped. This is real life shit used in a horror movie, which. Dude, no one walks around going, "I really love dramas, romantic comedies." It's fucking horror, dude, like metal, right? It's horror. Kill them, you know? I mean, you like that shit. I love comedy too, but horror's where it's at. Documentaries and shit. So I dig it, man. I'm probably a little fucking nuts. I get it, but whatever.
We all are in our own way, though. I mean, that's not a bad thing.
My bucket list is Amityville in Long Island, New York, and the Whaley House in San Diego, because America's first haunted house, one of the most haunted there is, and there's like a graveyard. All that shit is like Whaley House in San Diego. So the Titanic, not Titanic, but Queen Mary, all that shit's great. Alcatraz. So I love to do all that shit, but for now, New England, especially Maine, dude. For America's First Haunting is right up the road. Casper with Christina Ricci was filmed in Maine. Friendship, Maine. That's a real town. Friendship. I want a selfie in front of the sign. So I got a bucket list to do. I still got to get to the Micmac Burying Ground. That's Acadian National Park in Maine. That's a drive. But I've sat in the Pet Cemetery truck. The thing in the side mirror side thing says this truck was used in Stephen King's 1988 Pet Cemetery. Right in the dashboard is a chrome thing. So I know it's not quite paranormal. It's a little off subject, but at the same time, it's tied with it. I think there's an umbrella.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it is. It's just I don't want to be the weekend warrior. Like, we're all going to fucking blah blah jail or blah blah. All that's great. I've been there. I've been to Penhurst, and I've been to fucking all that shit's great. But dude, every time you go down the streets, there's a ghost in the window going, I died wrong. So I also do that. Trust me, I spend my time in cemeteries. I talk to things. I go to places that are abandoned. I got videos of me walking through abandoned houses where there's property still, and you feel shit. Dude, the girl, when I bought this trailer off her, she left me because her husband cheated on her and beat the shit out of her. She left everything from her fucking dildo to her fucking toilet paper here to pickles in the fridge. You name it. This is my girlfriend, Heather. She went to fucking Massachusetts. Lickety split. I gave her the check. She was gone. So once in a while, you feel that, which she's alive. Don't get me wrong, but it's still, dude, my neighbor.
It's the traumatic energy that gets it.
Dude.
It instills itself there.
My neighbor's boyfriend killed their 2-year-old baby. He's in prison still. It was on the news. I found that out about a month after I moved in. So, yeah. Little towns have secrets, brother.
Mm-hmm.
No one knew about that. I didn't fucking know about it. I found this place on fucking Craigslist. I go, what the fuck is this town? Population of what? I've never heard of this town. I want to name drop it because you come here, you probably find me. It's literally like 1,200 people here. It's not big. And people are weird, so I don't give it out much. Just want to send me merch and shit. And then I'm like, hey, what's up? Send me a free DVD. But it's yeah, man. I really think that I think it's worth exploring where we're coming from in Ghost. And I think a lot of people see things, play it off. I didn't see that. All imagination. Why do I smell perfume? Things are trying to be known and heard. And I think the more you're willing to listen, not that you have to believe everything, but once in a while, man, driving, you smell your mom's perfume. And I think your mom's saying hi. And it doesn't have to be documented. Not everything has to be Facebook lived. But if some stuff helps you sleep at night, man, if your mom's saying hi to you, your dad, God bless. Right?
Ain't that the truth, man? Stay tuned, guys. This is our last break. But if you enjoyed the show and you think I deserve it, then please leave a review or rating for this show on iTunes, Spotify, or any other podcatcher you happen to use. Your continued support is what makes this show possible, and your opinions go a long way to help the show grow and improve. So thank you. Now feel free to skip past these ads so we can get back to the show. And we are back, so let's get back to it. And I guess this is probably a perfect spot. Yeah, that was kind of some words of wisdom, but I always like to kind of wrap up the show with some words of wisdom. So if there's any words of wisdom that you might want to bestow on the listeners today, man, what might it be?
Man, I barely had a time to talk this whole show. I can't believe you cut me off. Just kidding. I talk a lot. I apologize. I look forward to this shit. You're going to run, Shane. I really respect you. I'm talking to a lot of my people, like Diego's a custom client of mine. He's 2 years now. He's been a client of mine with Let's Find Out podcast. So I need to have you on Historically Haunted. I'd love to shoot the shit with you on my format for a little bit. I'll send you some more people. But as far as my things go, I want to let you know this, man. Don't let anybody tell any of you don't let anybody that's watching go, well, I don't know, man. I got OCD. I get ADHD. I got autism. I get anxiety. I get depression. Dude. That's all labels that people give you to make yourself feel like you're not worth it. Go get you some. It's all easy. I'm a dude that has literally not much. I got my girl and that's it. Honestly, I shouldn't say that. I got my clients. I got my fan base. I got my friends. Don't get me wrong. But for the most part, it's me and my girl against the world. And dude, no one's about going, Adam, say this. Oh, yeah. So-and-so wants to. I steer my own ship. So if I can do it and I'm high as fuck, and I'm retarded as fuck. No pun intended. I shouldn't have said that was a bad word. But I'm just very much, as you can tell, I got no filter. I'm the type of guy where it's like people either love me, like this guy's great, or this guy's like, this guy's too much. Oh my God, shut up. So I get it. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But to those of you that like me, dude, and even if you don't let me, take this away from anything if you can. Just be yourself. And I know that sounds cheesy, but seriously, go after you. Don't worry about what Tom's doing or Dick's doing. Oh my God, their show's an hour long. Oh, they get 2 hours. Oh, they swear on that. Oh, they smoke. Don't care. Do your own thing. What makes you happy?
Oh, yeah.
I'm short, man. I'm 45. So do what makes you happy. I sleep good at night. Do you?
Dude, I'm always saying that on the show too, man. If you're authentic and you're yourself, everything else will come and follow. Don't let anybody get in your way, because at the end of the day, I mean, a lot of the time, you yourself are the main thing that gets in your way of what you're trying to do. And then on top of that, you have other people. Honestly, most of the time, you get a lot of self-doubt, and that comes from you thinking other people are going to be talking bad about what you're doing, and it's all within your own head. Like, stop being your own obstacle. Like, do the shit that you want to do, man.
You're a fucking 100% Shane. You're one of the realest motherfuckers I think I've ever met. You actually get it, and I'd be an honor to get you on. I'm a little booked till I think April or May, maybe even June. I'd love to get you on my show. We can continue talking because you know your shit, man. It was a blast. I feel like I talk too much, man. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. It's always easy when you're the host on a podcast, and I always say too, for the first episode somebody comes on, it's always a good introduction. So I always expect them to talk more, kind of let the listener know who they are, what they're doing, where they come from, and all that kind of stuff. So. Man, it makes the
format, by the way. I follow you on both my podcasts now, too. First live one on this one. Is that correct? Inquiries of Our Reality?
First live one for Inquiries.
That's dope. There's my heater. It's gold. That's a privilege, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time, and hopefully I made some new fans. Guys, check me out. I am Adam Begin, Begin on Facebook. I don't accept everybody, but you can follow me. Adam Historian Ghost Hunter on Facebook and YouTube. Historically Haunted Vodcast with a V, and that's on Facebook. 4 Years Strunning, season 5. I talked to some cool people. Talked to Sandy Johnson. She was Mike Myers' first kill in the original Halloween. She was also Miss Playboy in '74. Talked to some good people. Talked to regular people. Kind of like this format, uncensored. Historically Haunted Booking LLC. If you're an author or anything, I have exotic dancers. Believe it or not, like I have like artistic dancers. I got you name it, bro. I got some good people. Psychics, mediums. I got directors. I got a bunch of people. Historically Haunted Booking for a small fee. I'll represent you for a year. So check that out. And Historically Haunted Paranormal. Me and my girlfriend run a Witch and Life Guide. And I'm a pretty cool dude. If you come to Maine, I'd love to give you a tour. Historically Haunted Tours. Show you some cool shit in any neck of the woods. And yeah, I'm a plug-in machine. I got a lot of shit going. You got to be independent because life's hard. So I'm really trying to make that extra buck. Halfway through my first book, people are excited about it. I've gotten some people that helped me publish it so far. I just got to finish it. So I'll be an author soon. And yeah.
Say man of many titles, man. That's never a bad thing. Like you said, man, you gotta. I'm a jack of all trades myself, so you gotta dab in a little bit of everything, man. It makes you feel weirdly more fulfilled at the end of the day because you feel like you're not just hyper focusing on one thing. You feel you can do a little bit of everything. You know?
Are you a one man band too?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And cutting, showing, and promoting all that. Yeah.
Yep.
It's not
for
easy.
2 shows, not just one,
Facebook.
but 2 shows.
Oh yeah, Facebook will ban me from sharing and liking. You've shared too much. We think you're a bot. I go fuck. I can't like or share for 2 days sometime.
Man, I run so many shows that I'll send out links and everything gets flagged as spam because it thinks that I'm just sending links out all day. Like same problem. Like
God forbid I promote in life. It's you got to go back to clipping things to telephone poles like in the 80s and bands coming to town in the old. So man, long story short, I'll get you on the show. I appreciate your time, you and your listeners. Open minds, guys, check them out. I follow them now. You guys should too. Follow me. Let's form a unity. You ever come to Maine, Shayn? I'd love to meet you. Give you a discount on a tour, man. Bring you out for a burger or something. Maybe get you to some shows this summer, this fall. If you want to come to Maine to some conventions, hit me up.
Oh, for sure, man.
I'll get you some clients to talk to. They'd love to come on your show. You've been a blast. I appreciate you.
Well, I really appreciate you too, man, and I appreciate you making the time to come on today. And I'm sure we'll end up coming around at some point again, and I'm sure I'll probably have some of your people that you book on the show at some point. I think I got a couple of them already scheduled, and again, man, awesome. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you for your time, man. I'll be back anytime.
If you enjoyed today's conversation and want to show some love, smash that follow icon and share today's episode with a friend. Grassroots support from listeners like you is exactly how this show grows, so thank you. And if anyone would like to get in touch with me for any reason whatsoever, you guys can get a hold of me through email, which is inquiriesofourrealitypodcast@outlook.com, or you can get a hold of me through social media. Instagram and Facebook are the ones that I'm the most active on. Or you guys can also get a hold of me through the submission forum, and of course that is available on the top of the link tree. And the last way you guys can get a hold of me is through the hotline number. You guys can text or call that, whatever happens to be easier, and that number is 313-364-1551. And that's also available down in the show notes so that you guys can find it quick and easy. And if you guys got some free time, don't forget to check out the awesome friends of the show, I Know Squatch, Snelly Out Natural Products, Cryptotheology, and Big Ape Threads. And our friends with affiliate links, Dimension Devices, Oregon-ite, and Sticker Mule, with additional discounts and credits available. More information on those, of course, is available down in the show notes. And every single thing that I mentioned throughout the show is all available on the link tree, which again is also available down in those show notes. And with that, hope you guys enjoyed today's conversation. Hope today's shows connected some dots in your own reality. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good night, everybody.
Reality isn't what it seems. Abductees taking aboard a craft with a tractor beam. Is life a simulation or an astral dream? Aliens travel through black holes in different galaxies. Life is a bizarre odyssey, with the mic talking about philosophy. Well, Bigfoot is stalking campers as the Wendigo walks through the woods of sharpened antlers, using a Ouija board to talk to the dead like a necromancer. There's so many questions and not enough answers. So if you're interested in mysteries and abnormalities, tune in and listen to Inquiries of Our Reality. So if you're interested in mysteries and abnormalities,